And the time has come to finally answer the question of just who really is the best in the world. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the Second City Saint CM Punk, face-to-face in a WWE ring on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania.
Styles and Punk have traveled up and down the same roads, wrestled in the same high school gyms and armories, competed internationally, and honed their crafts to the point where they can both be called the best. But tonight, all roads have led them to this moment, where only one of these men can be called the winner.
He can be enjoying the moment too much, giving his opponent a lot of room to recover.
And Punk wants more from his opponent.
Inside cradle.
Oh, look at this small package. Forces the shoulder up.
He needs a little more than that to end things this early.
Ducks under. Bodyweight kick by AJ Styles.
I've been very fortunate to have faced off with both of these men earlier in their careers. I've spent time with each of them outside of the ring, and I can tell you that they both have a chip on their shoulder tonight. They're excited to be competing against one another for sure, but both men believe they should be in the main event of this show every year.
Given the immense in-ring talent, I can fully believe it, and I fully expect both men to earn a main event spot at some point in the future. But right now, CM Punk and AJ Styles will have to settle for stealing the show this year.
Styles and Punk have obviously competed against each other outside WWE. How's that past experience and familiarity going to come into play here tonight?
Outside of WWE, AJ Styles may have a winning record over CM Punk, but here in the big leagues, Punk's the one with the experience and the high-profile wins. Punk's coming into WrestleMania a seasoned pro at this point, while Styles is currently experiencing the biggest match of his career on the biggest stage. Nerves might just set in for Styles, and if they do, Punk's going to capitalize.
AJ capitalizes on that misstep. Big night for AJ Styles making his WrestleMania debut. Punk has been here quite a few times. We've seen Punk fight fair at WrestleMania, but just as often we'll see him cut corners.
Indeed, in the past we've seen Punk call in reinforcements against Rey Mysterio, using foreign weapons when attempting to end the Undertaker's streak. But
flying through the air and connects.
DDT.
Float over Russian leg sweep. Oh, unloading a big kick to the back.
CM Punk has long considered himself an outcast. Most folks would have pegged him as a long shot to succeed in WWE. And once he arrived, he was never expected to be the main event competitor he is today.
You could say much the same about AJ Styles, Corey. Remember, the first time the world got to see AJ Styles, he was busting his hump in WCW's Cruiserweight division during that
Look out! Good Lord! Taking flight!
Like a heat-seeking missile right on target.
And just as destructive. And he gets sent back into the ring.
Back up top, he cannot be stopped. Stalking from above.
From the top. Oh, scattered that one.
CM Punk and AJ Styles are both absolute
Face first. Set up. And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
This is a man possessed. Going again.
Incoming.
Double axe. Handle connects. Attempting high-risk move after high-risk move at a breakneck pace. Perched up top. Totally missed that one. Able to prevent Styles' attack. He left an opening. Down on the skull.
We've seen how damaging pile drivers can be, and that one looked particularly painful.
Looking for a belly-to-back suplex. Back suplex into the neck breaker. Straight into the pin. Oh, somehow.
Cracks in the armor are appearing now. The match taking some toll.
Taking things to the top rope.
Wants to finish this.
Take off. Wow. Cross body. AJ Styles. Knee drop. Oh, look at this blitz.
Left, right, high, low.
Phenomenal. Here comes Styles.
Yeah, AJ's clearly working to teach Punk a lesson about who the best really is here.
Comes down across the head with the axe handle.
Oh, got the knees up just in time.
Oh, look at this. Total neck breaker. Picture perfect. And Styles is going to need a phenomenal comeback. First up top. Diving knee drop. And another climb. He's making a statement here. One step ahead there. Tossed by the neck.
Uh-oh. Picked out of midair.
Styles clash.
Is it enough to overcome Punk? Just barely more than one. What on earth are we witnessing?
And you have to think that doubt is coming into the mind of Styles at this point. Driver spiked him. He's going up. First up top. Knee drop. And here we go. Locked in. It's locked in. He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
Wow, what an arm drag.
Punk is pulled in.
Neckbreaker.
AJ Styles is getting it done. He has to know he's ever so close to a successful WrestleMania debut.
AJ Styles unleashing a phenomenal blitz on his opponent. Phenomenal blitz.
Fights out of it with the elbow to the gut.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Down with a GTS. Will that sew this up for Punk?
Makes the cover. He kicks out somehow.
AJ Styles tapping into that pit bull mentality for a nail-biter of a kick-out.
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything he had, but just couldn't get the pin. Counter by CM Punk. Time to go for a ride.
Exploder suplex.
Pin attempt on AJ. And Punk gets the big win over Styles.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
An honest dream match for any era, and you made it happen. That's the power of Showcase. I've said it repeatedly that it's impossible for me to predict a hypothetical scenario with precision, but I have to believe that if I was here in 2019, I would have done anything to get to the front.
It was CM Punk who threw a challenge at Kurt Angle. Said he wanted to give Kurt the chance to see if he could take down the best in the world in Angle's final match. What a better place to do it than in WrestleMania.
Yeah, how could Kurt resist? Angle and Punk have never met in a ring before, but they are known all over the world as two of the best. Now, at last, we get to find out who really is superior inside those ropes.
CM Punk has been talking out of both sides of his mouth lately, praising Angle.
Perched up top. Diving knee drop. And CM Punk looking for support from the crowd. Has him wrangled. Down! Pile driver!
And that kind of attack is Punk's form of respect. This is how Punk shows love.
Stalking from above.
Blast off! Wow!
Cross body! Again? He's making the climb again? I can't believe this.
Taking flight. Crossbody wipes them out.
Triangle armbar. Triangles it. Not sure what he's thinking. Letting go here.
And as he stumbles up, he has no clue where he is.
Runner axe handle. I talked to Punk earlier today, and he said he fully expects Angle to be a step quicker than he's been recently. A little more intense. The Kurt Angle of old.
Fitting American sports analogy here for an American hero. You gents, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like a legendary baseball player taking his final swings at the plate. He may not have much left, but he still may hit a home run.
Very true, Wade. You said that correctly. I'm very proud of the American that you've become.
And for Kurt Angle, you can't remain as great as you once were, but you can be great one more time.
It really feels like this match could come down to Punk's strikes and smarts versus Angle's technique and experience. Who do you give the edge to?
My gut says Kurt Angle, the man who has seen and done it all, but if Punk gets lucky and lands one good shot, it could give him one heck of an opening.
What an axe handle.
And again, stipulation for this match is a submission match. You can only win by tapping your opponent out.
It was a very nice gesture from CM Punk to request this for the last match in the career of a submission specialist like Kurt Angle.
Come on, Corey. Nothing virtuous about that decision. All just part of Punk's mind games. Punk wants to play Angle's game and be able to say, take off! And now he's back into the ring.
Well, if you're gonna be done like that, you better be just as tough.
I don't know if anyone is that tough.
And Angle is showboating right now.
Not sure if he should waste all his time hot-dogging around.
He needs to get in the ring before the count runs out. Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi connects, and now
He makes the choice to abandon the hold. Punk never saw that coming.
a knee right to the gut to gain some distance.
Oh my goodness, what a double-handed shot.
Hooked up.
If he does not stop it.
Triangle armbar. Triangle armbar submission. Wait, hold on, look at this. And he's found a way out of the hold.
Big flying forearm.
And now Angle's saying, you wanted me? Well, now you got me. You've got the Hall of Famer. Into a sleeper hold. Oh, and a neck breaker. Despite what has transpired leading to tonight, there's a level of respect that CM Punk has for Kurt Angle. Punk might even have...
That puts an end to that, thank goodness.
Sent into the corner.
And able to skirt around that attack. And Kurt Angle is stepping up.
Angle switches it up. Well-placed elbow to break up the maneuver.
Big impact off the neck breaker. The arms trapped.
Those elbows. And Punk is looking to the crowd for some support.
Time to go for a ride. Bang! What a move.
Beautiful swinging neck breaker. Managing to evade a precarious position there.
Float over neck breaker. Picture perfect.
And Kurt escapes danger.
These are dangerous attacks on their own, but now the damage is exponentially multiplying. Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
Punk counting away. Now he's going to go up to the top rope. What on earth does CM Punk got planned here?
Punk looking to go full broke. Underhooks both arms. Here we go. From the very top turnbuckle. The plunge.
Going as big as you can possibly go with that one.
Triangle armbar. Triangles in. Triangles in. Submission. Taps out.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
Maybe it's only in an alternative timeline.
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on The Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster at the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's gonna be brutal.
Float over neck breaker. Picture perfect. Well, according to my notes, CM Punk has in-ring experience against Bray Wyatt, but in reality, he's never seen this side of Bray.
Something else.
Shoulder into the midsection and a pin going for the three.
Turns it around and has the pin.
He clearly wants to dish out more punishment.
Oh my God, look at this. What is he doing here? Ooh. Oh, what a headbutt. There it is. Reversal.
Counters on top of counters, and these opponents are at an impasse.
Reigns down an elbow in retaliation.
Continuous counters. These superstars looking locked in.
Both of these men have had cult-like followings in the WWE locker room, but tonight is purely a one-on-one battle.
For a multitude of reasons, not the least of which is the gargantuan cell surrounding the ring. It's nearly impenetrable.
And neither man seems to welcome any allies at this point. The Fiend's transformation seems to have shed any vestiges of being a family leader. And with a match of this magnitude, I don't think Punk wants anyone at his side. Punk wants to prove he can overcome the Fiend without any help.
This might be one of the most psychological matches we'll ever witness in the history of WWE.
The Fiend started laying his groundwork earlier. I know Punk seems like he's unfazed, but deep down I think the seed of fear has started to sprout inside him. Punk has to do everything he can to fight through that fear if if he wants to walk out of WrestleMania with the win tonight. Something that should not get lost in all of this chaos. Before he was The Fiend, before he was Bray Wyatt, the man under that mask was actually a follower of CM Punk.
Yeah, shortly before Bray Wyatt found his way, he was part of CM Punk's new nexus under a different name. You have to wonder if whatever's left of Bray's psyche under that mask still has some respect for Punk. If so, I wonder if the best in the world can somehow use that to gain a mental advantage. He's heading back to the ring.
Ooh.
DDT! CM Punk may have broken through. His attacks really seem to be registering against the Fiend.
The Fiend reverses.
Breaker. Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, go to sleep. The Fiend got caught with all of it.
Slowly moving. I'm sure he can feel the target on his back here. Being set up in the corner for something.
Oof, running knee in the corner. And the action is shifted now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell. No count out as he takes things out of the ring.
Boom! What an uppercut. Ooh, stiff punch.
Oh, he saw it coming. And he just crashed right through the cell, clean through the steel.
It is hard to comprehend how much force it would take to throw him through a cell wall.
What the? Hold on. What's he thinking about?
I don't want to know, Corey. Whatever it is, it has to do with climbing the cell.
This is a man possessed. He's just being reckless. Climbing the cell, and he makes a bad situation even more dangerous.
His climb up the cell has paid off as he stands on top of it.
I don't know what we're about to see from him, but I know it's going to be good.
Ripping at the eyes. Bringing the fight on top of the cell. To call this dangerous would be an understatement.
Everyone knows the risks coming into hell in this cell, but I have to imagine that knowledge doesn't account for what happens when you end up on top of the cell.
Uranagi by Punk. He turns it. And for some reason, he just broke his own submission hold. Look at this. This can't be good.
And he finds a way to elude that attack.
The longer this goes on, the more dangerous this becomes.
Yeah, the roof of the cell can only take so much chaos. Clubbing strike in retaliation.
This is a situation you want to avoid.
Oh, dear God, no.
Down all the way to the floor.
Okay, no way. My God.
You gotta be kidding me.
There is genuine cause for concern after that fall may be the worst decision of their entire career.
Tried to put it all on the line and paid the price.
Finds room for a back elbow. I can't imagine actively wanting to climb up the cell, but that's why I'm sitting here and thankfully not partaking in this sanctioned brutality right now.
Getting back into the ring now.
Punk is locked in on his opponent now.
Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point. And slides back into the ring.
Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here. Go to sleep.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
That might have put it away. 2. CM Punk beats The Fiend.
Here is your winner, Fiend.
An honor to know him, to have worked with him.
And this should be one hell of a tag team match. The brash CM Punk and AJ Lee taking on the cocky Miz and Maurice. 2 teams, not just in this matchup, but in life as well, who couldn't be more different from one another.
It's that blue-collar, scratch-and-claw mentality versus the mentality of having the spotlight and only the finest things in life. Really, it's a tale as old as time.
CM Punk and AJ Lee truly don't like the Miz and Maurice, and believe me, the feeling is mutual. Now all 4 of these superstars have a chance to let those feelings out in a good old-fashioned tag team match play. Oh, what a clothesline. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I believe CM Punk is jealous of The Miz.
Come on, Wade, jealous? Miz is a Grand Slam champion, sure, but Punk has accomplished even more in WWE.
We can compare resumes all day, Cole, but consider this. Everything Punk wanted to do, Miz did first. Miz joined the main roster first. Miz was the face of WWE first. Miz was doing the late-night talk show circuit first. Miz main evented WrestleMania first, and after tonight, Miz will have won their first intergender tag encounter.
And since this is standard tag team rules, the men can fight the women and vice versa. How does that change up the strategy in this one? How does AJ's strategy when facing The Miz differ from her strategy facing Maurice? Or all the other combinations we could see in this tag match?
Honestly, these are all 4 high-level championship-caliber superstars. They've all done their homework, and none of them are going to hold back, no matter who's standing across the ring from them.
AJ Lee recently making her WWE return after a decade away. She spent that time becoming a best-selling author, a TV and movie producer, and getting herself back in the proper mental state to compete again. Seems to have worked as she instantly reinserted herself into the main event scene.
That has to eat at Maurice a bit. Don't get me wrong, Maurice has had some major matches since her retirement, but the vast majority of them have been at the side of her husband. I wonder if we see Maurice put a bit more effort to take command of this match tonight.
And now here's the cover. Power down in 1.
She is not going down just yet. She wants to keep fighting.
Just rubbing salt in the wound now.
Punk has said on multiple occasions that he doesn't respect The Miz or how he got his start in WWE. I'm sure AJ Lee feels the same about Maurice.
Punk and Lee got into WWE the traditional way, by competing on the independent circuit for years and paying their dues, while Miz and Maurice took the reality route via Tough Enough and Diva Search, respectively.
Well, as a man who put in years of training, but also won the first season of NXT, the truth of the matter is that a real WWE superstar will take any opportunity given to them to get their foot in the door. There's no shame whatsoever in how Miz and Maurice got here, and their success since is proof that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the It couple is going to finish strong tonight. Of that, I am sure.
Spiked. Maurice is mostly known today for her reality TV work, but it's easy to forget that she was one of the most dominant competitors of the Divas era.
That she was, Michael Cole. Maurice was the first woman to ever hold the Divas title on more than one occasion, and for the majority of the title's history, she was the longest reigning title holder at 211 days.
But that record was surpassed by the other woman in this match, AJ Lee. So not only is AJ Lee a better competitor in the women's division, she's a better diva too.
And Punk clearly ready for a fight here.
Illegal in many sports, but that was used effectively in there. Tough hit to the legs.
The list.
There it is. Punk and AJ get the win.
Big-time tag team action underway here as CM Punk and AJ Lee take on The Miz and Maurice.
Yes, and we're about to find out just who is the true ultimate power couple here in WWE.
Well, there's only one it couple, and no offense, but it's not Punk and AJ. The camera loves Miz and Maurice, and Miz and Maurice know that nothing looks better on camera than beating two of the best in the world.
Taking out the arm, great strategy.
Don't get me wrong, AJ Lee is her own woman and can fight her own battles, but we've seen in the past that CM Punk will defend his family with every fiber of his being. The Miz, on the other hand, sometimes he makes his wife fight his battles. Highs might his wife when the fight intensifies.
That's because Miz and Maurice are an equal unit. Why should the man always hold the door open? Or the ring ropes, for that matter?
You call it being equal? I just think Miz can be a chicken sometimes.
Target in the arm now.
Solid punch.
From the second rope. Oof! A right hand stops it.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I believe CM Punk is jealous of The Miz.
Come on, Wade, jealous? Miz is a Grand Slam champion, sure, but Punk has accomplished even more in WWE.
We can compare resumes all day, Cole, but consider this. Everything Punk wanted to do, Miz did first. Miz joined the main roster first. Miz was the face of WWE first. Miz was doing the late-night talk show circuit first. Miz main evented WrestleMania first, and after tonight, Miz will have won their first intergender tag encounter.
A lot of variables at play in this intergender tag match. All four competitors have been subject to mixed tag rules before, where the men could only fight the men and vice versa. But tonight, intergender fighting is allowed.
And I know both Maurice and AJ Lee have that chip on their shoulder. Maurice has always looked down on CM Punk and would look nothing more than hurting the best in the world. Let's not forget that AJ Lee used to be general manager of Raw, where Miz was a constant nuisance. Now she can let her frustration out without any fear of professional retribution.
Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it. Oh, he timed that counter well.
Punk has said on multiple occasions that he doesn't respect The Miz or how he got his start in WWE. I'm sure AJ Lee feels the same about Maurice.
Punk and Lee got into WWE the traditional way, by competing on the independent circuit for years and paying their dues, while Miz and Maurice took the reality route via Tough Enough and Diva Search, respectively.
Well, as a man who put in years of training but also won the first season of NXT, the truth of the matter is that a real WWE superstar will take any opportunity given to them to get their foot in the door. There's no shame whatsoever in how Miz and Maurice got here, and their success since is proof that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the It couple is going to finish strong tonight. Of that, I am sure. The list of accolades for Punk and AJ may be a smidge longer, their in-ring skills may be a smidge higher, but there's one aspect of this that the It couple has over their opponents tonight, and it's the most vital one: experience.
As much as it pains me to agree there, Wade, you're right. Miz and Maurice have stood in the ring against some of the top power couples in wrestling at some of the biggest PLEs in WWE history, including Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
And for as long as Punk and AJ have known each other off-screen, they've only tagged together for a few brief matches on Raw. Training together is one thing, competing together is another. Punk and AJ are going to have to be fast learners tonight.
Maurice is mostly known today for her reality TV work, but it's easy to forget that she was one of the most dominant competitors of the Divas era.
That she was, Michael Cole. Maurice was the first woman to ever hold the Divas title on more than one occasion, and for the majority of the title's history, she was the longest reigning title holder at 211 days.
But that record was surpassed. And take a look here. A submission attempt by AJ.
This is a bad spot. He's all tied up, and she releases the hold, ending the submission.
And into the corner he goes.
Oh, right to the body. AJ Lee recently making her WWE return after a decade away. She spent that time becoming a best-selling author, a TV and movie producer, and getting herself back in the proper mental state to compete again. It seems to have worked as she instantly reinserted herself into the main event scene.
And that has to eat at Maurice a bit. Don't get me wrong, Maurice is...
Tag made. Double team coming. Up to the top rope. Way up high.
And unfortunately for the It couple, CM Punk and AJ Lee are completely in the driver's seat now.
Ah, there it is. Punk and AJ get the win.
Here are your winners, AJ Lee and CM Punk.
In what may be one of the most emotional wins of their collective careers, CM Punk and AJ Lee proved themselves tonight. For Lee, she proved she deserves to be back on top of the women's division after a long hiatus. For Punk, he proved he's the true face of WWE. And even though his biggest battles were on his own, and Punk famously said that he's not here to make friends, this industry is what gave him what matters most, his family.